Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horde of the Abyss. It's the Forged in Fire campaign. And here we are, tarred and feathered. The two girls here, Winona and Henrietta, have discovered some strange islands inhabited with lizard men and these new fluttering feathered serpents, the coatls, which are quite vibrant indeed. But first we must negotiate this immediate area and figure out what we're going to be doing. Wonder if we can handle these pirates. Do we even need to handle the pirates, considering all they're guarding is some gems and crystal? Not high value priority, but who knows, maybe resources will be tight in the days ahead. Let's, I think, first move towards the south. There's this boat that I'd like to get Winona in, so we should do just that. First and foremost, though, we should, I think we're going to be getting Cuthbert out of town, so that he can be the one that's doing some of the local activities, like standing on this watermill, because that's actually a significant amount of income that I'm actually just not grabbing if I allow that to remain idle. So let's position Cuthbert here. We'll then have Winona deliver, going around Henrietta for unnecessarily, this serpent fly, which of course just allow her to have a more unified and cohesive army. Then we'll head down in this direction with both of the characters, and this time I'll remember to swap the boots. I bet you're impressed. Alright, let's carry on. Actually, before we do, is there anything we can build? Probably not. Oh, we could get the captain's quarters. 6 more gnolls. Oh yeah. Alright, let's carry on. Let's wake up the gopher. And then we'll swap our booties. Excellent. Now we'll attack these throngs of oceanids. We'll engage and pursue them. Can we do it without losing someone, however? That is the question. We could, of course, position ourselves to be intentionally struck by the oceanids, and that would be interesting. Look, if I position myself here, I shall provoke the attention of these aquatic women. Notice how it's splitting to avoid the Dreadnought's special ability? Excellent. We'll now use our engineers to repair. So yes, of course, we can use a heat stroke to blast an area. However, it requires you to be in the right position in the first place, which is somewhat difficult. Nonetheless, though, we shall carry on. 2 Dreadnought! Let's try this again. All the way in, thank you. We'll retreat. Actually, we'll wait. So we get a free kill. Wait again. You can walk forward and bonk this one. We'll defend. Now you can pull back. Wait. Repair. Bonk! There we go, the Oceanids. Our great enemy defeated. And Winona has gained much wisdom from this battle. Excellent. Let's grab some additional gold. Now, how are we doing here? There's another scholar. Do we want to pick up some random skill? Possibly. Let's test this theory. We'll save it. We'll save it. Scholar. What do we got? Archery. I don't know, honestly, if I want archery for this character. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm inclined to focus on what we actually have right now. I can always feed the extra stat point to Henrietta anyway, because if Henrietta picks it up, it's going to be just like +1 to a stat, right? So that seems solid. I might just go for that now. Yeah, why not? +1 attack, I'll take it. That's power. Considering that normally you've got to fight, 750, 100,000 skeletons to get a single mercenary camp. That was good value. So, the Grand Elves defeated. What about down here? We got some Wyverns, some Dread Knights. We can deal with those. Let's have Winona see if she can handle the Acids here. What about you, Cuthbert? Well, there's some gold. There's a treasure chest as well. Oh, that's loot. We should grab the loot. Is there anything interesting in the tavern? We've got Josephine here if we want to have some golems. And we've got Halon here. Who, I guess he's a mystic. But I found the most obelisks, by the way. Behold! The most obelisks! Haha! I don't know if I need anything here at all. I guess I could build a mage guild, just to see what's here. Yeah, I can do that. What do we have? Shield, protection from water, cure, stone skin, and slow. I wonder if that's the first time you get slow and you're playing on hard. Henrietta, for example, does not actually have slow, so she should probably go back to town and get it. Cuthbert, of course, won't have it because he's just too busy being weakling, but we should probably go back for slow. Fair. Fair. I'm glad I checked, but I'm pretty sure that Winona here has all of these spells, including protection from water. Yeah, she's fine. She doesn't need to revisit this mage guild at all. Carrying on. Oh, pinks are in. Let's see how these acids go, shall we? Oh, rather well. Excellent. How does that happen? That was very close. The engineers didn't just get wrecked, I guess. So I suppose, yeah, we attack here. We then repair the automatons. And then we heat stroke. Oh, yes. Take that, acids. Cove, the previous HotA faction, defeated by a factory, as it should be. However, that's not quite true anymore because the latest campaign is a Cove campaign anyway. But hey. We could probably afford to get the boat. We should flag the nest while we're here. Because, you know, it's just free troops after all. I'm not going to grab any, but, you know, they're here. So let's pay for the boat, not have enough movement to get in the boat, because of course I didn't remember to swap the shoes around, so we're already off to a fantastic start. Let's go defeat the wipe. No, we're not losing a coatl. Don't do that. That's better. What about the Dread Knights? We're not losing 2 coatls. Hold off. We could just do waiting, shall we? Shoot. Oh, morale. Shoot again. Not the luckiest halflings. You might as well devour the corpse while you're at it. There. Unnecessary corpse devouring. Whatever next. So I suppose... Well, what is next is getting... We'll grab this. We'll head back to town. Next turn you can do something with that. But I suppose we'll hire someone here. I think Josephine knows shield. Halon, I don't even remember. I don't have the money for a new hero anyway. Well, Cuthbert could solve this problem. Look at the gold, the frankincense, the myrrh, and they're more gold mainly, but there's some gold as well. Excellent. We can now hire the hero. You'll do. What do you learn? Well, obviously something we've already got, apparently, but... We'll disband you, and put you there. Excellent. Well, for a moment, we'll get you, however, to grab these legs of Legion. And we'll sneakily swap out the boots while we're here to make sure that we've got that extra movement speed. Excellent. All is well. Proceed into the boat. And now we could swap these shoes back and head underground. It's a bit of like a moist, like wild cave, I guess. It's not so much a hard, barren rock, but teeming life. There's some of that gold we wanted. And there's a seer's hut too. Interesting. Let's swap booties. And grab some gold. Grab some sulfur because we can. And I could grab lizardmen, but I sort of don't want to unless I'm actually going to use them, because it's just going to decrease my movement speed. Okay, but you can camp there for now. Excellent. Onwards. So we got some flotsam and jetsam. I'll explain something about that in a bit. Oh, here we go. There is a camp of lizardmen here. Their commander hollers out to you.
We set out to rid the black dragons who had taken over the underground passage between our villages, but our efforts proved fruitless. They have made it way too dangerous to travel underground. If you help us handle those monsters, we will give you some insight that may come in handy when you come to blows with Practical.
Oh, thank you, lizardmen. I shall grab your gems and sulfur and be on my way. There's a sign here. What does that say? It says you should have swapped your boots over. It's the Caves of the Feathered Serpent. Well, we have some of those. The Radiant Coatls. Well, let's swap our boots back over. Never made that mistake before, apparently. Oh. Till now, like 100 thoughts spake.
The great serpents deigned to us and accepted us as their junior kin. Over time, we learnt more about how our saviors lived. They even allowed our shamans into the secluded valleys where they made their nests. To our great surprise, the synergy of the creeper's hot blood and Hudzin's magic gave the feathers of the Coatls who fought in that battle a permanent crimson hue. No one ever thought it was possible to change a god. No one could have imagined that a god could be made stronger, and not through prayer or sacrifice. The crimson-coloured Coatls became different. No longer waited for offerings perched upon their nests of an aura blessing about them. They went out to hunt for the hearts of our enemies. Unstoppable they were, their feathers throwing back swords and blows, and their fangs and claws bringing death. Blood, sorcery, and heat. Zoki the shaman came to realize what had happened on the battlefield could be reproduced. He spent his life trying to penetrate the mystery of this transformation. As he was dying, he gave his son an egg, over which he had been casting spells for years in a deep cave, smoky from the fires and reeking of rotten blood and cinders. The minute his spirit departed to meet Quetzal, I think, a clatter was heard from within the egg. A new crimson Coatl was about to see this world. 3 more generations passed. The bloodied feathers had left the caves where our tribe had survived everything. Hunger, frost, raids of countless enemies, disease. We moved to a new, underground city next to a fire-breathing mountain. Its vast halls were roomy enough for the feathered serpents and hot enough to turn tending to the eggs of the crimson Coatls into a task that even a shaman's apprentice could handle. With such even, constant heat, all he had to do was turn them over from time to time, pour blood brewed with sorcerous herbs, and feed them his energy through long-learnt incantations, the very ones that Zoki, serpent brother, had devised. We ruled over 2/3 of the islands and continued to push the crawlers back, and never suspected that our fate was about to turn its uglier side towards us.
Sounds like it's all about to go wrong. Which of course we do know, because we're living in the future, not the past. Well, these people know bless. However, we already have knowledge of bless, so we shall shun their blessings and move on to this shipwreck, which was easily defeated. And behold, we are wise, and 2,000 gold richer. And this shipwreck, and behold, we are 2,000 gold richer, but not additionally wise. Oh, there's also a derelict ship. All this multitude of resources. We'll deal with the Minotaur Kings without any problems. Excellent. We'll grab the gems. After freeing a princess of a neighbouring kingdom from the evil clutches of despicable slavers, she awards you of a crest of valour. Interesting. Must be one of those cave princesses I've heard so much about. Let's head in this direction. We've got some ore. And that's the turn. Tolmanac 100 Thoughts spake.
We could no longer live wherever one of our gods were absent. Each of the bloodied feathers needed to pray at least once a day, clinging to the body of a Coatl, or lose his strength. Lizardmen do not take well to intense, dry heat, but the grace of the feathered serpents was enough for ourselves to feel healthy. What was worse, our wives began laying more and more barren clutches, and even the scarce fertile eggs bore very few females. In just 3 generations after we'd moved to the Halls of Blood, our tribe had halved in numbers.
There's a problem with cold-blooded creatures living in a hot area.
Chief Titipan Two Tails did what he had to do. He brought a curse upon himself, but he saved his tribe from degeneration. His band stormed the shaman's hall, slaughtered all who got in the way, and destroyed all the eggs. And then Titipan led the tribe out of the hot caves and back into the stone tunnels beneath the Blue Claw. In the days that followed, many died, unable to endure being separated from their lost gods. Among them was Chief Titipan himself. In his dying hours he wept and begged the Great Serpent for forgiveness and mercy. Zettel heeded his plea. Those who had survived were able to live on with the connection to the Quaddle severed without their blessings, but also without having to sacrifice their future for the sake of the present. Titipan's bodyguards outsmarted not only the shamans, but also the Quaddles themselves. All they had in their souls was love and reverence, so the Great Serpents failed to sense danger when the warriors, who were hugging their necks and whispering the sacred words of worship, suddenly drew their long knives and slaughtered their gods in an instant. Adults, young ones, new hatchlings, and the decrepit ones who no longer left their nests. Not a single lizardman who had raised his hand against the gods survived even an hour afterwards. Grief killed each one. There was only one tiny hole they had not found. No one knew of it except the direct descendants of Hudson and Zaki. In this hole, in a light twig and knapsack, there lay a few eggs. Serpent Brother had willed his children to keep them there, no matter what happened or what hardships fell upon the tribe. A young shaman's apprentice, clutching a wound in his side, entered the hole, put the priceless load upon his back with a hiss, and slipped into a secret passage, which immediately collapsed behind him. It was 100 great turns back. That apprentice's name was Tomanak. He stands before you today.
It's looking pretty good for being over 100. Oh no, the water elementals! Excellent. Let's grab the sea barrel, shall we? Certainly an extensive lore for this lost civilization. Lizard warriors, I'm sure we can deal with those. Excellent. And we have the equestrian's gloves. A brief stop at an improbable rural inn. Definitely improbable considering it's an underground passageway, but hey. Yields an exchange of money, towels, and accidentally luggage. You find a magical pair of gloves in your new backpack. Excellent. Let us grab the magic well. And carry on. We've got a sea barrel here, containing 3 sulfur. There's a sea chest. Oh. And a sea barrel. We also have a seafaring academy here. Maybe I'll be thanking the fact that I didn't take additional skills. We could have our dear Wynonna here be quite capable in the art of seafaring. We shall see. For now, Henrietta shall sip the waters of this magic well. There's an altar of sacrifice. Oh, and an enemy hero. We could engage this enemy hero in light banter, or, you know, gun. Seems like guns are going to be a good result. We just have to lure these things around a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, not the curse! I guess I should slow them. Oh, I didn't go into town! Oh, next time I'm back, I'm gonna have to actually, yeah. Not my bad. I wonder how many people, like, noticed. And like, Calc, you didn't learn slow. Well, we'll manage. How about we'll just, we can't even mass bless because your only magic we know is earth magic here. We could earthquake just as a flex. But I guess for now we could just magic arrow or something. course, I'm only doing 25 damage because of the curse. I could bless. Oh yes, look at that. I think I'm going to use my invulnerability here. Excellent, that will certainly keep them distracted. Let's now fire away at this enemy with the power of gun. Is a bless going to do much to you? Oh, it will. Let's bless you. There we go. The invulnerability of those coatls is keeping them safe. Let us dispatch our enemies. And there we go. We can fly up to the top effortlessly. To be honest, I could easily kill them, but... well, just magic arrow, I guess. Yeah, I was being greedy. Let's do this again, without the greed. Alright. Let's shoot him with the gun. I'm mildly embarrassed about the whole not learning slow. Like, that was what we call an unforced error. You can get out of the way. We can hit this now. Oh, the luckiest coatls. Get your invulnerability, please. Excellent. We should be able to get some kills here. Oh, did that get a kill? Fire shield. Fire shield. Alright. Once more, this time with actual skill. It's all just because I'm not just blindly casting slow every time, like, you know. What do people expect? Let's start blessing, shall we? Bless does a lot on Halfling Grenadiers. That being said, none of these are in range, but, you know, it still does a lot. I don't want to really go in just yet. I could get myself in the way and then use my invulnerability. Also going to bless our gunslingers here, move you down, shoot you in the face, hold off. So let's grenade you, fly to the corner. So I don't want to do this because, of course, of the fire shield, remember? Just about to do the same mistake twice, expecting a different result. That's a classic, that one. There we go. This should now be a simple shooting gallery moment. And there we have it. We've defeated this spirit of oppression, Greater Null Flail Man. And I shall take... well, I'm not going to take the flail... no, I've done it! The booties! No! The booties. Worst enemy, that one. Chaos Hydras. That's an interesting enemy. Should I learn slow before I take on the Chaos Hydras? Probably. Let's learn slow now, shall we? Weak of the Gopher. Alright, Oceanids. You're going down. Which is quite impressive considering you're already in the water, so, you know. Shouldn't be that difficult, but apparently it is. I'm gonna hide in this corner. There we go. Clever maneuvering there. So what do we have at the Seafaring Academy? I mean, I can upgrade my Earth. I mean, that's nice. I can get all the way to advanced earth magic. Navigation, I'm actually going to grab that. Do I want to just max it out? You know what? Let's do it. We are now the navigator and the earth mage. Excellent. That will make this aquatic exploration quite fruitful. It's a little bit ironic, of course, to be sending out a forest ranger to be, my, Oh, the boat! Oh, no. What am I doing? Clearly I'm tired. Let's grab the money. Oh, you've got a boat. Watch out. Of course, now I know there's like infinite movement in the ocean. Lots of genies. More like lots of deadies. Just get into position for that. Fall back! Repair! There we go. Oh, look at that. We could pick up Earth-Air magic. Which is a decent school of magic. So we'll grab it. Gems. Water elementals. No, we're not losing engineers to water elementals. That would be silly. There we go. 3,000 gold. Oh dear. We're really getting up there now. Question is, do I use that gazebo? Gazebos can be dangerous after all. They're completely immune to arrows. Alright, here we are, Henrietta. Hand over... Hand over the Greater Null's Flail. Don't know if we want that equipped. Alright. Anything else we're here for, or is it just the slow? We could get Mage Guild level 2. Why not? I guess that gives me remove obstacle. Oh yes, my obstacle is going to be removed. Isn't that nice? Let's head back underground, shall we? Oh, Blue's picking up some flotsam and jetsam. Yeah, so when I was like, I don't know, 10 or something, I had to write a story for school. And I was, you know, being a Heroes 3 player at that age, I was like, ah yes, flotsam and jetsam. The ultimate plot device for how something can just turn up when you need it. So it's like 3 times in the same short story, like, the flotsam and jetsam would wash ashore a convenient artifact, so... Remember that when you're stuck. Flotsam and jetsam. We did the booties the wrong way around this time, but in the way that doesn't ruin the turn completely. Alright, carrying on. So, more flotsam. Excellent. We do have some rather ridiculously looking enemy heroes here. It is quite possible that I have, you know, that I just not find where I need to go. There's a tavern there. That's curious. Well, it's a way to get lots of wood, because you just get lots of boats and then you burn the boats down for wood. Well, you can't actually do that, but yeah, if you could, you could. Alright, let's go attack the storm onto us. Can we do that without losing people? Probably not. We can ice bolt them for no damage. Frostring them for 3 damage. It's useless. Shield. Hey! Question is how I'm going to get a repair off in this circumstance, but I suppose what I could do is do the swapsies here. I'll wait, let you do the hit. Bring the, I'll wait again. I'll just stand here. Oh, see, if I let them attack, it'll, you know, pull you back. Pull you back again. There you go, shoot the engineers. Of course you do. No! Charge! Charge! The ropes being here is not helping. What I need to do is defend. Wait. Defend again. I can't do a full wait turn because I'm slow. So I haste now. Move. Repair. And then stab. There we go. Scouting is an interesting choice. Considering that we're, someone can be up on that crow's nest, right, with that extra scouting. We've got Jaeger here, and Josephine again. Not particularly interested. But that was an interesting encounter. It was. Let's end with our little fight. Oh, one with just more story. We were walking along the path that Tormak's friends had pointed out to us as a relatively safe one, even for those who had not spent their entire lives in the jungle. We could relax a little here. Trying to stay on top of every rustle and shadow was profoundly wearisome after all. I, however, could not afford such a luxury, as the commander must always be on the lookout. I had begun getting the hang of these woods, and many things previously hidden from me were no longer escaping my attention. But this time, if I would have stomped by, never learning the most important thing in my life, if it hadn't been for Winona. The dark elf's ear twitched, and the next instant she was leaping into the bushes with a dagger drawn. After a few sounds of tussle, she dragged out a halfling. He was grey-haired and emasticated and clad in some very sorry-looking rags. I examined his body and hands first, before trying to decide if he could pose any danger, and in the end did I look at his face. It was like a strike of lightning from Frederick's dynamo, a blast from the past, a memory I thought erased. Uncle Kent? I used to go back too. Moonchild?
Kent, it's me! Me, Henrietta! What, Moonchild? Have you forgotten me?
How could one forget you? That's just what I'm saying. Never thought it'd be you, I'd say before croaking. Just hope to tell someone. We're fighting. Not all of us have become demon men yet. There's a war going on.
What war? The demons are upon someone again? And I heard that they'd gotten served in Arathia. And who's we?
We? The ones who stayed behind when you left. Some call us gorillas. Others like cave rats more. Damn right we do bite. And when we do it stings. And you? Ooh.
Uncle Cat, what's wrong? Winona is barely breathing. Look here, Henrietta. This wound and this one. If there was any time at all, I could try to drain the infection out of them and reconnect the vessels. I'm sorry, but it's too late now. He's dying. Here's all I can do.
Winona gave the agonizing man a whiff of some elixir, and his eyes opened. Gasping, the halfling mumbled, Listen to me, Henrietta. Arathia and Avli have evaded Aerofall and are fighting the devils. We wanted to help, so we gathered everyone who could hold a weapon, all from our hideouts. Our squad attacked a coastal town of the Creekans. We snuck in here through an undercroft, and then we got betrayed. Olmana, the cursed half-breed, sent those who survived the battle to Kria for Lucifer's pleasure, where the ship got sunk by pirates. I made it out alone. Ket started wheezing horribly and rolling his eyes back. I grabbed his head and gave him a shake.
Uncle Ket! Uncle! Please! Breathe! Don't go! Your squad! Where are the others? And all of them died?
Ah, Moonchild. How good to have seen you. Please do forgive. I beg you for everyone who... Your mother's name was Anuna. Ask Tarvin about her.
Tarvin? Tarvin's alive? Ket! Ket! He's gone, my friend. Let him rest. He earned it.
I sat on the ground with the old man's head in my lap, swallowing bitter tears. There were no words.
I think I know where we're going when we get off these islands. Winona, You know it full well yourself. I've only known you a short while, but I've learned a lot about you. Your heart is where you were born. Aerofall has lived on in your soul all these years. I don't know this place, but it must be beautiful. To bring freedom to your land. What a goal for a true warrior. You think I'm a warrior too? Too? You mean there are others who say so? Well then, it's time to accept your calling. I need to think about it. Maybe Tolmac can help me understand myself.
Interesting. Well, that's a good point to leave it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and when we come back next time, more Heroes of Might and Magic 3.